Yo, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back to another episode of the Poet Up Podcast. It's your boy Maul Chi in the 704, but from the 910, doing my thing how it's supposed to go. What up, Ward?
What's up, what's up, what's up? So listen, Skillz, I normally start on the podcast telling some kind of crazy story from my personal past. I don't have a crazy story from my past this time, but I'm going to tell this story that starts about 700 years ago.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. 1325, northern Italy, Modena and Bologna get into a war. It's called the War of the Bucket. As a trophy, Modena wins the war and they take a bucket from the well of Bologna. That bucket is in the museum in Modena City right now. Now, fast forward, what you don't know, Skillz, is that in 2018, Blues and I and some others won the National Poetry Slam in Chicago. That was the last National Poetry Slam there was because NPS imploded. They have this huge trophy. It's a sword in books. It's really, really cool. But they had no organization. So we kept the trophy. We still have the trophy. And occasionally we get asked, are we going to donate it? Are we going to give it to a museum? Are we going to give it back to another city? Are we going to donate it to the next National Slam that pops up? And our answer is, hell no. Bologna already gave us this answer. We are keeping this trophy. It is ours. It is ours to time indefinite for 700 years from now. What's going on, Blues?
To quote Chief Keef, you get it back in blood, nigga. Oh, shit. Skillz, if you hadn't realized, Jay Ward is a resident nerd, and he flexed on us like 3-4 different times just now. This nigga's international. Like, he'll be like, yo, I'm at the airport. We thinking he going to, like, Vegas or maybe even Atlanta. Then they're going to be like, nah, I'm headed to Belfast real quick. And put a real quick on there like it's going to be in and out. And they'll come back with these fucking stories about buckets from Bologna and be like, nigga, we went to work all week. We went to work all week, nigga. What was you doing? Wild shit. But anyway, you already know it's your boy Blues. We always bring the best of the best. And today is no different. We got the incredible, the incomparable, Grammy Award winning.
Yeah.
Gave us the wrap up before anybody else tried to start doing the wrap up.
Yeah.
Sure. Shade. Hip hop legend.
Yep.
I mean, we could dig into all the things that this brother has done, but first and foremost, we got him on the show. Y'all give it up for the one and only Mad Skillz. Yeah. What up, brother?
What up? Poet up. What up?
Skillz, man, I don't know if you drink, bro. Me and Skillz have been on many stages before, but I've never seen you with like a drink in your hand. You're always like professional and like, I'm doing my thing. The drinks come later. Or I don't know if you got like a little something stashed away. You like, niggas won't see me sip this.
I'm at home now, so.
Yeah, I love it.
I ain't working.
On the table, we have Buffalo Trace. Our resident whiskey connoisseur. What is Buffalo Trace? Where does it come from? What we talking about?
Yeah, so Buffalo Trace is a 3 to 5 year expression.
I love that expression.
Right. Yeah, because it's a great technical term.
Yeah. So the mash bill of Buffalo Trace and their other whiskeys that it's the same recipe, but they just aged the whiskeys different. Buffalo Trace is aged 3 to 5 years. Their other expression is Eagle Rare, which is aged 10 years. Then they have Blanton's Single Barrel, which is aged between 10 to 15 years, but it all comes from the same barrel, but it's all the same recipe. So that's what we're drinking on.
Did you see how he was glowing when he was
just
like, talking about that?
I'm in my element. And niggas like us, we go to the bar like, how long that Hennessy been out there? 3 days, nigga. You want one?
Right.
Right.
This ain't aged.
So, Skillz, what you drinking, bro?
Oh, man, I got a little bit of rum and Coke. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
You know
Keeping it real classy, real simple. I love that.
Yeah. OG style.
Yeah. You get to a certain age, you just like, you like what you like, how you like it. You know that complicated.
Yeah.
I went to a whiskey bar once, and it took them 15 minutes to make my drink. I'm like, bruh, I appreciate the arts and craft that you're doing, but just put a little of this, a little of that, and let me drink the shit.
Like, I don't need the whole hibachi show, man. Just
right. Oh, shit. So, Skillz, man, welcome to the show, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. It's incredible to have a legend on the show. And we have like basic questions that we start up with, like, you know, when did you get started writing? When I hate to ask this. When did you want to become, or knew that you wanted to become a hip hop artist? Like, when did I don't want to ask this question the way I'm finna say it.
Ask it.
When did you fall in love with hip hop? I fucking hate that, right?
Okay.
But also,
All right, brown sugar.
but it's also
a pointed
appropriate. Like,
question.
yeah. But also, like, when did it spark for you?
Run DMC. You know what I mean? So you talking 84, 85. When I first heard like it's like that, Sucker MCs. When I heard the Sugar Hill Gang, I kind of gravitated to it. But Run DMC was like the first people I remember seeing them on like Soul Train, and I just identified with them immediately. And from imitating Run, and once I saw Run, I was like, oh, okay, I'm skinny, I'm lanky, kind of like him. You know what I mean? And I just started imitating them, which in turn, you know, led to me writing down what I thought was raps. You know what I'm saying? And going to school, and I remember telling my friends my raps, and everybody laughed at me. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, no, I'm gonna get y'all one day. You know what I mean? So yeah, 84, 85 was probably the first time that I remember thinking something in my head and putting it down on paper, and then reading it back to myself as far as like self-expression. You know what I'm saying?
I love that. And so, Young Skillz wasn't Skillz yet. What was you? Did you have a rap name yet?
My first rap name it didn't come till later, but my first rap, it was horrible too. It was the Funky Orator.
Yeah.
I don't mean to laugh. We all have these first monikers that we think are so dope when we got them, and then we're like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's not as bad as Noriega's though. Noriega has the worst first rap name I've ever heard in my life.
What was his?
Noriega's first rap name was MC Yahoo with the Balder Bean. True story.
Oh man.
MC Yahoo with the Balder Bean.
There's a lot
With
going
the
on right
Balder
there.
Bean.
Can
gotta say the
you
whole thing.
imagine reading that on a piece of paper?
I know.
Got an open mic.
Yeah, you're like,
Oh man,
MC
yeah.
Yahoo. Oh my
With the
God.
Balder Bean. So yeah, my first rap name was the Funky Orator.
Oh, bro. So the Funky Orator. When is the Funky Orator's first show? Before like you get this, you know, you give them the first raps and cats are like, nah, but you get better. Like, do you remember your first show?
My first show, I probably was breakdancing.
Oh shit.
I think I had choices. I could have either done one or the other. Of course, I didn't have turntables at like 11, or you know what I mean. So I knew I could kind of get on the floor and spin on my back, and I felt more confident in that than my raps. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna do this, and I went out and I breakdanced. So that was the first time I got in front of people, and in front of like a crowd, and then I want to say about a year later, it wasn't a show. It was me saying I was trying to ask this girl, would she be my girlfriend? And I wrote a rap.
There it is. There it is. So, Skillz, we'll say this famously. Every sort of origin story has a love interest as a pinpoint.
beginning.
But yeah, so you're trying to get this girl to holler.
Trying to get this girl to take me serious, and you know, I knew how to write, and I had wrote some words down trying to kind of appeal to her, and I knew that, you know, most people would put a yes box or a no box so you could check, and I couldn't deal with the rejection. I wrote 2 boxes, and one had maybe not. Right, because I was like, that just felt a little better to me. It's not like I ain't talking to you. Like, no, you know, I just didn't want to hear the words no. If I didn't hear the word yes. So I wrote down my words, and I set them to her in between class and at the locker, and she checked like maybe, and I was like, oh shit.
Got a chance. So you telling me there's a chance.
So you telling me there's a chance. So that was the first time I remember confidently saying, you know, my words that I had written down in private to somebody out in public that I really cared about their response.
Right.
You know what I mean? And how they felt about my words and what I was trying to convey meant a lot to me. And I just kept writing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you remember anything from that letter?
I just remember the hook. The hook was maybe or maybe not, because I was beatboxing in between it. So it's maybe or maybe not. Maybe or maybe not. So I was doing the Biz Markie a 1 2 a 1 2. So it was I was in thinking mind enough to switch up his words, but use my own words to make it mean what I wanted it to mean, which I had been doing in, with Run DMC and the Fat Boys and, what I'm saying, all of that stuff prior. So yeah, I had been writing a lot, and I would write with no music, just and try to make it fit music, and then it didn't, and then I would just look at the pages and just kind of memorize without having any tempo or anything like that. So it was always notebooks and notebooks full of self-expression, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I never wanted anybody to see my book, like it was sacred. You know what I mean? I remember one time my sister got a hold of my book and we tore the fucking room up. Like we moved a whole lot of furniture because she looked at my book. You know what I'm saying? And I got in trouble for that, but it was so personal to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was like somebody knowing what my thoughts were. That was, if I wasn't ready for you to hear them or ready to say them, then you didn't have the right to go through my stuff. It was like a journal to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For sure.
It's always personal. So when you presented her the letter, were you beatboxing at the same time, or is that was just in your head? Like,
No. Only when I got to the hook. The words by itself was just the words.
Yeah.
And then I was like, so your answer has to be maybe or maybe not. You know what I mean? Like and she kind of like smiled and she kind of started nodding, and I was like,
nigga, that's smooth as fuck, bro.
Like I might have
She
something
gonna say
here.
maybe.
So yeah, that was probably one of my first memories of expressing myself to somebody who I wanted to like what I did.
Yeah. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, that's smooth as fuck. Like, reading this letter, man. Maybe not.
Not only is it smooth, it's remixing my nostalgia, because now when I think about the nod factor, I'm thinking about her nodding her head to to this
Yeah, like,
proposal.
hey, I remember that guy. Years later, you know what I mean? And this was in North Carolina, actually. This was in Fayetteville.
Word.
Oh shit.
So did you live there?
I grew up in Fayetteville.
Oh, okay.
Word.
So where you? But you were born in Richmond.
I was born in Detroit, but I was
Okay.
like 8 months old when I left. So I don't remember anything about Detroit. All of my adolescent memories, early 80s, up until the time I was 15, I was in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Vietnam.
Yeah, Fayetteville. Way before the 2-6, way before any of that. I might have went to every elementary school in Fayetteville.
Fayetteville.
Like I was all over Fayetteville, and it was crazy because I wasn't my mom was just, I wasn't like an army brat or nothing. Like that's just where we ended up.
Right,
And so a lot of my early memories going to see Beach Street at the movie theater, that was all in Fayetteville. Like I didn't leave Fayetteville to come to Virginia until 87. Like maybe the fall of 87, right before 88 was when I made the move from Fayetteville to Richmond. So up until like 13, 14, I was in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
You got some core memories. You got some core memories.
Yeah.
North Carolina has a very rich history of fucking hip hop right about now. Just, I didn't realize that you grew up a lot here in North Carolina. It's crazy how this state is an incubator for so much dope shit that comes out and most people don't know until after the fact.
Yeah.
Which is true of Virginia as well. I think there's a kinship there.
Bro.
Yeah.
But so it's got to be a pipeline of some shit that's happening between VA and North Carolina like that.
Yeah, racism.
Oh, okay. There it is. There's that. There's that shit. There
There's
is that shit.
That part.
So you give old girl the thing, she gives you the maybe. But did you realize in that moment you like, you know what though? If I can get her to head nod, what else could I do with these words? What comes after that?
I didn't really even start thinking about, of course, like I'm playing around with all facets of hip hop, scratching on my mom's turntables and things like that. My mom always played music in the house. I didn't start thinking that I could become like a for real rapper until like 1990, maybe. And I was in coming from Fayetteville, military town, very not too big, you know what I'm saying? And plus I'm still growing up, so I'm not really moving around a lot. By the time I got to Richmond, Virginia, I'm moving around a little more, and seeing the city, you know what I mean? Like hopping on the city bus and going different places. Like I couldn't do that when I was like 6 or 7. So I get here and everything that's trailing down from New York is booming. You know what I'm saying? The Run DMC still, and they were kind of reaching the end of their hot, like their golden era, and then you got the Rakims coming in, the KRS Ones, and Public Enemy, and I'm also learning a lot from the music. It's not just braggadocious. I got this, I got cars, I got that. I'm learning about prominent black figures and people that they're not teaching us about in school, and you know what I'm saying. I remember when I first heard Chuck D say, John Wayne, motherfuck John Wayne. Like he never did shit for me. I was just like, oh shit! Like my granddad used to love John Wayne. I didn't know he was racist. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm learning, and so I probably started to think that maybe I could do something with this music thing around 1990, and just making demos. And then I got super serious in like 91 and 92. And that's probably when I really identified with like native tongues. You know what I'm saying? And I thought they was the best thing since sliced bread. You know what I mean? Like you couldn't tell me that I wasn't in the fucking Buddy video. Like I was that video so bad. So then, 92 comes around, and at this point, I'm full-fledged Mad Skillz, the local rapper. You know what I mean? Everywhere I went, I was rapping. You know what I mean? In the clubs, talent shows, whatever. And then I get selected to go to New York and do this battle. I go do the battle. I lose to Supernatural, but I come back home, and I had kind of made a demo, and that demo was... The people who didn't listen to my demo saw me perform live. So that Monday when they go back to work, they're like, oh shit, I just saw this kid Saturday. He was actually pretty good. Let me go listen to his demo. And then that starts. And after that, I get a record deal. Move to New York. And I fuck around and I met Q-Tip and like Jack the Rapper.
Yeah.
And he gave me his phone number, and this is my favorite rapper at the time. And he starts to call me when he would come to. They were touring in Virginia. He would just call me. He would leave voice messages on my answer machine, and he's like,
That's
"Yo."
dope.
He would call. And he would say like, "Yo, you know what I'm saying? The skills, this tip, man. Like, yo, how far do you live from UVA, son? Call me back." And I would just call him back, and
Why you sound like that?
You
nigga?
sound like this spot on.
well, because I still had the tapes. You know what I'm saying? But I'm bugging because I'm like, this is because you know how distinctive and memorable Q-Tip's voice is. So anytime you hear him, and he would call me back too. He's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Skillz, how far you live from Hampton, son? And I'd be like, oh shit! Like I would find out they got a show in Hampton, and I would just start going around, and I just ended up being that kid that they would just let me get on stage and rap with them at the end of the shows. And it was life-changing. It changed my life.
Can I circle back to something real quick? So you said that you took it serious, or you got serious about it. What do you mean by that, in the sense of like lots of people want to rap, but what did you feel like you had to change to be serious about pursuing a rap career?
I feel like I had to have more raps than everybody else. That was my thing. That was my one thing where, cause we lunch table and it, you know what I'm saying, we outside and outside the gym, you know what I'm saying, the cypher, whatever. So for me, I'm like, ain't none of y'all niggas gonna out rap me, like ever in life. Like if you think that you can rap and you can go longer than me, then we just gonna be out here all like we getting suspended. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we skipping fucking class. We might as well walk to the city bus stop because you never gonna be out here longer than me.
Right,
I couldn't, I couldn't regurgitate the same material, so I was always writing. You know what I mean? So man, in the early 90s, I had a routine. I used to have a job. I would go to my job. I worked from 7 to 3. And on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, I would write just all new shit. And then Thursdays and Fridays, I would memorize. So I used to go to a local radio station, and we went there every weekend. So you can't say the same shit you just said last week over the Mobb Deep beat. Like, we heard you say that last week.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
So I had a schedule. Like, fuck work. Like fuck getting paid. Like, I was there, but I really was not there. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I would write. Thursday, Friday, memorize. Saturday, spit some new shit. Take Sunday off. Start again. And this went on for years. So imagine me going out of town to somewhere where they ain't never heard none of these. So you talking 6 or 7 new raps every week for 52 weeks.
Yeah.
So you talking 360 something, you know what I mean? So I'm like, so when I get to
Tupac shit.
right, so when I get to UVA, you know what I'm saying? So we go holler at this girl and there's some dudes outside rapping. Bro, it's no way. I know you're not as prepared as I am. Right. So we could just go forever. So my preparation was very important to me, and I had a schedule, and I stuck to that schedule, and it polished me so well for songwriting, for breath control. I was learning so many things that I didn't really know, to rap over whatever beat, because I'm writing this shit to no beats.
Right.
So whatever beat you throw on, whatever tempo, I'm good. You know what I mean? As long as I ain't rapping over fucking Planet Rock, I'm straight. You know what I mean? So I was very adamant about my schedule, and that's probably when I realized, okay, this is something that I care about, I'm passionate about, and I take it very serious.
Dope. I love that. That's amazing. But yeah, because that preparation, that part of it, I don't think anybody was gearing up to have an extended career in this culture we call hip hop. Like, everybody writes that, I'm just gonna write this one hit song and I'm gonna be one and done. But here you are, 52 weeks, knocking down all these raps. Some of them, I imagine, you don't even get to use, but you got them. Like, you got them.
Arsenal, like in the cup.
Right.
It's like, imagine like having a whole extended clipo, like everywhere you went, except for your hometown. Anywhere else I went outside of my hometown, like, bro, y'all gonna get these bars. Because I could start at the beginning. We ain't even got to start on what I did last week.
Right.
And I never forgot them. You know what I mean? Like,
and I think that's another part of it. That motherfucking memory shit.
And then on top of that, you add being able to freestyle and throw in some shit, spur of the moment, boo, boo, boo. Yo, your Timbs is leaning. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Yo, that jersey old as shit. You know what I mean? Like, boo, boo. Like, throw that in. That's a recipe that was hard to beat.
How'd you cultivate that? Like, or was that like a natural talent, meaning freestyling? Is that something you worked hard to cultivate, or is that something you had a natural leaning towards?
I practiced that too, and that had went all the way back to the Run DMC days, where, Run is rapping, but I don't hear him. I just hear the beat. So I'm saying my own shit. So then later on, when I started collecting my own music and it's cassette singles, and you know what I'm saying, and you can ride around in your car, listen to your Walkman, and you flip the beat over, it's the instrumental on the other side. So I got a book bag full of just tapes that I only got for just beats on the other side. You know what I mean? And then I would go over to my uncle's house and listen to his records, and I'm like, yo, he would let me record to tape, some of those joints that wasn't on tape. So when I found out it was a 90-minute maxi cassette, and I can put all this shit on one tape. Oh, God.
So, yeah, because now my head is, I got so many want to circle back questions, but that image right now is the backpack full of tapes. You know how loud that shit gotta be when you walking around just clanking tapes, but actual weight. Like, this generation will never understand what it is to actually carry your fucking music, like
with
the literal weight of what you got. I want to go back to you said you were working a job at the time. Where were you working?
Oh, at VCU, at VCU Parking Deck. So I was literally in the parking deck, writing all these raps and you know, just exercising that muscle. Because my job, you know, like the only time people really came out of the booth, it might have been faculty or whatever. And when a class let out, it might get busy. But for the most part, I'm just in that booth with the door closed, just writing. You know what I mean?
I love that shit. And so when things started to pop, did you quit or were you like? Did you?
So when I got the record deal, no. When I got the record deal, I quit. So
how'd you quit? Did you quit like on some fuck all y'all?
Nah. Actually, my manager was super cool, and I'm glad I didn't quit like that because I quit, moved to New York, worked on the album for 2 years, and then the album doesn't come out for a whole nother year. So by the time the album comes out, the songs are like old to me. We get to the second single. The first single was a Nod Factor. Second single was Move Your Body. And then it's 97, and it's the Jiggy era. So it's Puff Daddy, Biggie Smalls, it's shiny suits, like it's champagne, and I'm like, all this underground shit is a rap. You know what I'm saying? Until the renaissance of, you know, the Mos Def, Kweli, and the shit kind of came back around. So I had to come back to work.
Oh.
So I'm back. Here's the weird thing. I'm back at work in the parking deck, writing fucking songs, crushed because this rap dream that I had didn't work, and motherfuckers is coming out of the parking deck like, yo, didn't I just see you on Rap City yesterday? I'm like, yeah, whatever. So I tell people all the time, like, bro, if it was today's, like, if it was in today's day and age, I would be a meme. I would have been a meme. Like it definitely would have been like, yo, look at your man back at work. You know what I mean? Like I would have been a meme. But luckily, that was probably one of the most humbling experiences of my life, but I didn't let it break me.
There it is.
And I always tell people, like, being famous is one thing, but you don't really know if you can handle fame until you famous and broke. Being famous and broke is a whole, especially in a small town like Richmond, like everybody know you, like being famous and broke will humble the shit out of you real quick. And I'm glad it happened to me in 96, 97 to prepare me for what was about to come later. Because I probably would have beat the shit out of somebody and ended up in jail in 2022. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So.
that's definitely like a part of the journey that most people don't understand, especially this day and age, because we're so microwave. Like they think they stick it in, it heights up, and you're good to go. But they don't know about. For a lot of people, don't understand how the music business does work. Like you just said, you had an album out and done, and it took it almost 3 to 4 years for you to start working it. And by the time you're working it, the way hip hop works, that motherfucking trends will shift on your ass like the weather.
And it did.
And people think, well, in this day and age, it's fucking true. I just get on YouTube or whatever, and I'll go viral, and then there it is. But shout out to the people who are calling out the Rolling Loud performance. I don't know if you saw any of these skills, but Rolling Loud happened, and everything pretty much was fucking trash.
Wow.
Because there's no artist development. That's the word I kept hearing. Like there was no real struggle. I saw no real struggle on that stage. Everybody did something in their bedroom. They got hot. They got a TikTok thing going, and then they just jumped on a huge ass stage, and it showed. So no one had to go back to the damn VCU parking deck to work.
Or a talent show, an open mic, anything.
Something to really.
They went from their bedroom to 3,000, like 50,000 people.
Right. So there was no seriousness. Yeah, there was no seriousness to it. There was no 52 weeks of writing rhymes every day. You know what I'm saying? Putting that shit in. So Skillz, we commend you on that one, brother, because I did not know that. And that shit would have wrote me. Let the first motherfucker say, hey, didn't you have I'd have been out that fucking booth, be like,
listen, nigga, you would have been in the booth and we'd have been like a bear in a trap.
That would have been my last day at work.
and especially being young and hostile and, you know what I mean, full of energy. Like, yo, what you say to me? Like, you know what I mean? Nowadays, you know, you might, you know, if you think about, you know, some things happen, you're like, man, I got too much shit to lose, bro. You got it, bro. Like, I ain't
Right.
even going back and forth with you. You got it, bro. Like, now we might say that. Back then,
Yeah.
you was ready to pop on somebody for nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's different.
Yeah, you know what that reminds me of? You remember Elvin from the Cosby Show?
Cosby Show.
Yes.
Yeah, that happened to him where he was
Yeah,
working
when
at
somebody
he
took
working-
It was
Trader
Trader Joe's.
he was working at Trader Joe's. Yeah, and yeah.
And they tried to play him, and he was like, first of all,
But he got work off of that though.
yeah, he did.
He got
Yeah,
work
did.
off of that.
He did.
The gift and the curse of the internet age.
What was your first big show, Skillz? Like your first big show, and like how did you react to that?
The one that Q-Tip didn't have to call you.
Yeah.
Like, hey, back,
Oh,
come out.
yeah. Hopping on the stage with Tribe was probably the first time I was in front of big crowds. But then after that, once the record deal came, I started getting on opening shows or whatever, and for the Fugees and the Roots groups that were around at the time. I remember me and Junior Mafia was on the same record label, so and Junior Mafia would get some shows, and I would end up opening it for them right at the turn of right before like Players Anthem and all that shit got big, and then I knew the game was changing because I started doing my songs, but I was doing them over like different beats. Because I'm like, everybody in here is here to see Junior Mafia. Like, they don't care about me. Like, how can I make them remember me? You know what I'm saying? So I was rapping over more. If we was in New York or D.C., I'd be rapping over more East Coast, New York flavored stuff. And this is before, Atlanta had really got moving. I think the only thing that might have been happening around the time Outkast was definitely happening. Dungeon Family was bubbling up. But other than that, it might have been records from like Crisscross, and you know what I mean, it wasn't nothing serious. So yeah, man, seeing those crowds and learning how to, when I say hip, y'all say hop, and put the so because at that point, if you're on stage, somebody, okay, he got to be somebody. Maybe I just don't know who he is. So I would always try to make sure that, people remember my name. I said my name a lot, and I said where I was from a lot. Because I never wanted people to forget those two things. Like, Mad Skillz from Virginia. Don't forget it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was like my calling card.
So when you were, because you was like, ain't nobody gonna outrhyme me. Did it ever get to a point, because we've all heard you do what you do, did anybody want to fucking fight you by the end of it? Like, who was like, yo, I can't beat him rhyming. I just got to fight this nigga. Like,
Yeah, because I was so good at, I wanted to make you doubt your capabilities when you were in front of me. So this is what I used to do. I would always look down, and when I was rapping to people, I was always look at their hands. So I would always pay attention to their hands. And when I would see your hands, sometimes dudes would be doing this, and you know what I'm saying? They might do this while you lie, like, yo, I ain't even listen to this nigga, whatever. And then when them hands go down and they fist, they kind of start balling up their fist. I'm like, oh yeah, nigga, you lost already.
Yeah.
Because now you want to fight. I'm so good, you want to fight me. That means I won. So
they got that Arthur fist.
And it was like, lo and behold, even on the low, it was always a hammer in the backpack. So even if I couldn't, if y'all was gonna bank me or y'all was gonna jump me, one of y'all getting fucked up. You know what I mean?
I got more than motherfucking cassette tapes in this bitch.
It's that bag clanky for a reason.
That bag clanking for a goddamn reason.
Yeah,
Can I
nice little short hammer. Not a big one, just a little short hammer with a little fat end on it.
Yeah, it don't take much. And like you said, all you got to do is blam one of them, and everybody like, all right.
Because I'm in front of people I don't know, and I'm talking shit, I'm talking crazy, and it's like, I don't know how these dudes are gonna run it. They gonna be like, hey man, come here, man, listen to dude. It was either like, yo man, you dope, or man, get the fuck out of here. Like, So either response was cool with me.
Can I divert real quick and tell my failed rapper story?
Oh shit!
Oh, those are the best stories.
I can't wait to hear this.
Okay, so let me set the scene real quick. Imagine it's 2003. I'm a student at UNC Charlotte here in Charlotte.
And your rap name is?
I don't have a rap name. So me and my roommates are on campus smoking weed, freestyling, right? There's an open mic in Charlotte at Rat's Nest. that's ran by DJ DR, DJ Live. No, yeah,
It was live.
yeah.
Yep.
So they do rap battles every week. We smoking, we rapping. Oh, we think we doing the thing. We like, yeah, we gonna go down there. We gonna rap. We gonna do all this. We gonna win. My roommates is like, yeah, Jamal, sign up. At the time, if I'm not mistaken, my rap name is Revolutionary J.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, okay.
All right.
We know what you about.
With the with the ball to be in revolutionary.
With the ball
J-
to be Oh shit.
Oh God. Okay, so I sign up. My roommates do not sign up. The plan was all three of us sign up.
Yeah,
Some fuck shit they did.
Left you hanging.
It left me hanging. I sign up, get called up. I'm going against a white dude.
bro. I already.
Well,
know
Eminem
where
was
this story is going.
No, it was not Eminem.
Okay.
It was just some random white dude. And this is how I knew I was not a freestyle rapper. He did his rap. It was not good. Like it was objectively not good. It's my turn to go. I should be able to kill this motherfucker.
And you weren't?
Skills, listen.
Bro, you black, you revolutionary J. Like, come on, you gotta
Revolutionary
stand up for the race.
Listen. So DJ Live puts on the beat. I can't remember what it was. It was probably some Primo joint. He puts on the beat. He turns around to go through his records for the next joint.
For the next joint.
I say 4 or 5 words. I say, it's time to get this white boy off stage.
It's a good start.
I didn't have anything else.
Oh my God.
I didn't have it took me too long.
Like, no.
It took me way too long
Oh my God.
to say I had a good start. It's time to get this white boy off stage.
That's solid.
It's solid.
Yeah, you had him. You had him eating out the palm of your hands in the top.
And I got scared because this is my first freestyle ever. The crowd immediately starts booing.
Oh, they didn't even give you a chance.
After I said that, it's time to get this white boy off stage, and I stopped for it wasn't even a full bar. It was like a half bar. And the crowd started booing.
Boo.
DJ
Because
Live.
Here's the thing. They were waiting for you to explain to them why this white boy gotta go. And if you can't at least do that, come on, man.
Exactly. And DJ Live turns around and was like, whoa, I only got through 3 records and y'all already booing? And I just dropped my head, walked off stage, and decided I was never
good.
freestyling again.
That's
But you
a
know
core
what the
hip hop
better
memory.
part of this story is? That white boy to this day was
To this
like,
day, I was
I
thinking the
washed
same
that
thing.
nigga. And he says nigga. He says nigga. I
Weapons
washed that nigga.
ass.
God. I gotta
Yo,
do my
he's somewhere telling his kids on his way to soccer practice. You
yeah,
don't
yeah.
even know. Back
You
in the
don't
day,
even know.
I used to get motherfuckers off the stage. If you tried to rap against me, you got booed. Your daddy was the Eminem of North Carolina.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
That
God.
is the story he's carried everywhere.
Bro, you turn that nigga into Jack Harlow. That nigga is wearing koofies. That nigga is wearing koofies
sorry.
right now.
I reverse
Black.
racism this motherfucker.
Yeah. He said, I got blacker on that stage. Man, have to say that.
Skills, I apologize.
On behalf
For-
of the culture.
On behalf of the culture for letting everybody down, I'm sorry.
It happens,
just-
man. Happens to the best of
That
us.
shit's hilarious.
Damn, that's a good story.
So, we all have a very good, I think, entertaining rap story that we should have been like. Jay was once a rapper named Yellowstone.
Yellowstone.
Do you want to tell him what Yellowstone means?
Yeah, sure. So first of all, Skills, we're about the same age. So acronyms were kind of big in the 90s, early 90s. So I was in a duo. I was Yellowstone. My partner was Blackstone. And I decided Well, we decided together that Stones, we're going to be the Stones, and Stone was going to be an acronym. So the acronym for Stones was Sophisticated Teachers of Nubian Education.
I'm out, fam. I'm out, fam. I appreciate it, fam. I'm out. Y'all be good, bro. Be good, bro. What?
Wait.
Yeah, so
Sophisticated teachers of Nubian education.
Yeah, and you thought Nori shit was wild. Okay,
Right.
but wait, Skillz, there's more.
There's more. I decided, well, maybe the whole name should be an acronym. So I decided Yellowstone, the whole thing is going to be an acronym. And my partner was like, no. And I was like, no, I'm going to do it. So yellow was youth enticing ladies loving only women. Sophisticated teacher of Nubian education.
Yep.
I was getting the J. Cole thing. I was getting the conscious rap / womanizer, like all in the same name.
And it was Yellowstone and Blackstone.
It was Yellowstone and Blackstone.
So you and him were the predecessor to Black and Yellow.
That's it.
Yeah.
Tell Wiz to run my check.
Yeah, but
so many storied hip hop origins and whatnot, which is incredible. Like, so hip hop brings us through a whole bunch of things. It journeys us through our young adolescence to this adulthood, and we get to laugh at who we wanted to be and who we were. Which is what I love about the culture. I love about how it's the thing I love about being Black and growing up when hip hop is happening, when it's happening, right? To experience it, not so much like a lot of us experienced it in the 80s when it's still sort of getting on its feet and things are still being figured out and you want to figure out who you are. I say all that, Skillz, and I would love to talk about the wrap up a lot more, but I want to sort of jump right into the 7 number ones. You had and have an amazing hip hop career. And then you're like, all right, you decided to do a poetry spoken word album. Like what brings you to that idea? What brings you to that moment? You say, I want to shift things up a little bit.
So in 2023, not even to segue into the rapper, but in 2023, I get the call to do the 50-year hip hop wrap up on the BET Awards. Right? So I do it. I'm kind of super nervous about it. And I didn't want to just, they were like, they reached out to me, and this, you got to remember, this was the year that all of the writers had went on strike. Right? All of the TV writers and Screen Actors Guild, all of that. So when they reached out to me, it was like, my homeboy was saying, he's like, yo, you know why they called you, right? And I was like, why? He's like, bro, all the writers on strike. And I was like, oh shit, that's kind of disrespectful, but okay, I get what you're saying. And he's like, no, bro, like that means you could call your own play on this shit. Like they need you. They ain't calling you. They need you, bro. Like, yo, you could say whatever, like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, damn, can I? You know what I mean? So when I got there, I was working on the piece, and I had practiced the piece over Maybach, one of the instrumentals for Maybach music, which was like super slow, right? And they were like, you got 2 minutes. And they was like, I know it's hard to even, they asked you, can you wrap up 50 years of hip hop in 2 minutes? We know you're going to miss some shit, and we're fine with that. But just if you could artistically do it. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I do it, super nervous. It goes off, and we did it live, which was very scary. It wasn't pre-taped; it was live. So I had literally just watched Patti LaBelle forget the words to like a Tina Turner song, and I look on Twitter and they fucking dragging Patti LaBelle. So I'm like, if they dragging Patti LaBelle, they gonna eat me alive.
Right.
Nobody's safe, right? So I do it, and it went off without a hitch, and it was very it was slower. And it was crowd participation in it. That's the one thing that kind of got it over. So I did that, and then I want to say right before that, I had the opportunity to write Jay-Z's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction speech.
Nice.
And when I wrote it to no beat, and me and Questlove crafted it with all of these Jay-Z lines. So it's basically like a wrap up with like all of Jay-Z's hottest bars. And then I see it, and when I see it, like half of Hollywood is doing it. Like it's Tyler Perry, Alicia Keys, John Legend. I'm watching Issa Rae and Lupita, and I'm watching this, and I'm like, yo, this is actually fire. And then one of the guys that I worked with on the BET joint, he hit me. He said, yo, man, you should do a spoken word album. And I was like, you think so? And he was like, yeah. I said, but yeah, I haven't really been writing poetry or anything like that. He was like, so that wasn't poetry? And I was like, it was a verse. He was like, bro, listen to how you said that. And I listened to it, and I was like, damn, that's kind of dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I went back and I listened to it, and I always had a few ideas of some things that I wanted to do, but they were so personal, I didn't want to rap them, right? I had started the 7 number ones. I had 2 songs, and they were rap, and they were fast. I don't know where the balloons just came from.
I was about to say.
You unlocked
was
something
crazy.
secret right there.
So I had 2 songs, and they were rap, and I restructured them and just wrote them out as poems. And I said them to him, and he was like, yo, man, these are dope. Like, you should keep going. And I told him the concept, and he was like, yo, this concept is dope, man. This is something you should really think about doing. And I talked to a few friends, and I let them hear the songs, and they were like, yeah. And I was like, oh, and it's about my life. You know what I'm saying? It's super autobiographical. So I did the album, finished it, and I remember I mastered it in Atlanta. And I drove down there, and I drove back up to Virginia. When I was driving back up, I was listening to it, and I was like, yeah, this shit can't come out. I was like, this shit is way too personal. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I understand it was, for some people, it might have been a little close to hip hop, you know what I mean, close to rap, but it was slow enough to where you could understand it. I didn't think that I could like submit it or anything. And somebody was like, yo, you should submit this. So I submitted it, and then it got nominated, and I was like, oh shit, like this is kind of dope. You know what I mean? Like, but it was so autobiographical for me, I was scared to release it. Because I'm from a black household. I ain't want that many people know my business.
Right.
You know what I mean? But then I started playing it for close friends and family, and they was like, no, this could maybe help somebody.
Yeah.
And people started hitting me like, yo, one of my 7 number ones was, you know, when my grandma showed me how to cook, and, you know, now I'm a chef, and, you know, I feed my family. I got restaurants all over Texas. And I'm like, so like, yo, my 7 number one, and I was like, wow, this is, it really reached out further than I thought it would.
That's dope.
And when it came out, it got the nomination, and, you know, some people was cool with it. A lot of people didn't really like it, but I just kind of focused on the message of what it was. A lot of people got caught up in the messenger and what I was doing. Like, oh, so he doing this now? And I'm like, so I can't do this? You know what I mean? Like, what's the reason why I can't do it? Because if we just talking poetry and writing, I've been doing that since I was 11. So people were like, oh, you know, but you didn't take the same path that I took. And I'm like, well, what that got to do with me? You know what I mean?
Sure.
And it was a thing where once we started, I figured out, I was like, okay, I might be able to win for this thing. So what do I do? Like, how does this work? You know what I mean? They're like, oh, you know, you have to contact voters, and you have to let people know that your album is out, and this and that. And I was like, oh wow, so it's like a whole new thing. I was not privy to any of that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Outside of me posting and shooting videos, I was treating it like I would treat any other release. And we got the nomination, and once we got the nomination, a lot of people got wind of it and started listening to it, and it helped a lot of people. And I was very surprised, but very satisfied with the work that we did. And I still listen back to the album and I'm like, yo, I'm telling all my business. Like, you know what I mean? But it was a good album, man. And if anybody, it was so many people that was like, yo, bro, I've been following you for 20 years. I never knew half of this stuff. Yeah. And I was like, well, that was the point. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're keeping that black business to yourself.
Yeah, that's how we raised, man.
Right. And I ain't gonna front, like I was one of the people that was like, yo, wow, all of a sudden Skillz doing a spoken word album. And I was like, the nigga got hella hip hop career, like why the shift? And then Assist brought me, is like, yo, but who are we to be the gatekeepers of this thing that we do? Like, I'm like, you know what though? You're right. Because we will often tell people in workshops, you're a poet too, you're a poet too, you're a poet too. So that does not discount him. He just happens to be very good at writing and has a platform to do his shit. And the very human part of what I just heard you say was, I'm about to get real vulnerable. Do I really want to get real fucking vulnerable out here?
Yeah, that's the big.
And we often do that on stage at a slam for a score. So it's dope to hear this part of the story too, because you were just like, nigga, I was just trying to write some shit for Jay-Z. Like, and then someone's like, nah, nigga, there's a little bit more to what you doing. And now you see the poetic side of it. But yeah, because I wanted to be straight up. Like, I was one of those people like, I don't understand what are you doing?
If you take the Grammy out of the equation, nobody would have had a problem with it.
That
true.
part.
Right.
That
They'd
part.
have been like, oh, that's the homie. Like he coming down to the open mic. Oh, that's the homie. Oh shit, Skillz spit a dope verse last night. That shit was fire. Once the Grammy came into it, and here's the thing: once the Grammy came into it, the only thing that people latched on to was, I've been doing this longer than him, so why does he get to do that?
Right.
Right. So now, mind you, and this is just something that Blues brought up. You brought up the wrap up. Right? I've been doing the wrap up for over 20 years.
Yep.
25 years. At some point, I got to a point where I was like, yo, I ain't with all of the drama, the gossip, and the tea. I'm too old for all that he say, she say shit. I'm going to just do a wrap up, but this shit's going to be real PG, just real easy. Because I'm 50 fucking years old now. I don't feel like doing all that shit.
Right.
And I don't want to talk shit about my friends and people that I'm cool with in the business. I got a 30-year hip-hop relationship. So I'm going to just chill. Y'all want the wrap up? All right, cool. And then y'all get the wrap up, and niggas like, man, that shit sound like, he sound PG. Like, he don't really want, I need the disrespect. Well, all right, well, you want the disrespect and the shade and the gossip and the tea, go to the other nigga for that. There's no point in time where I can say, yo, Maul, Jay, like, Blues, y'all gotta listen to my wrap up because I've been doing this shit longer than that, nigga. And you like, with Skillz, I like the T version. I like the gossip shit. He funny. And I'm like, bro, but I've been doing this shit longer. I deserve your ear. You be like, well, Skillz, I kind of changed out. I kind of like that rah-rah shit he be doing. I can't be mad at you for that.
Right.
Just because I've been doing it longer don't mean that my shit is better than whatever you like.
There it is. Yeah. There it is.
So for me, it was a turning point of, I'm like, man, I just want to uplift and inspire people. And I'm going to continue to do that. And what I realized is I got a lot of stories to tell. And I can't tell all of them in a song. Like, shit, I'm working on a movie right now. So if I get a fucking Oscar in 2 years, is Ryan Coogler gonna go, I've been doing that shit longer than him?
You got to do it with a full Cali accent, though. You got to do it full Cali accent. I'm doing this shit longer than him.
Hey, homie from Virginia, his shit is cool, but like I've been doing this shit way longer than him, bro. Like, I understood it. I understood it, but I just didn't let it take my eyes off of the prize. And then we come back around and we do another one. I double down because I didn't want to be a flash in the pan. And so I doubled down. And I'm a concept dude, bro. Once I get the concept, I'm gone. So I'm so good at concepts.
That's what I was going to come to next. One of the biggest compliments in poetry is we'll get salty with a nigga because the concept and shit was so dope. Like, damn, I wish I'd have wrote that shit. So that was my thing too. Like that 7 No. 1 shit, the concept was so fucking dope, bro. I was like, damn, this nigga got a dope ass concept. Like, fuck.
Right.
But it made you think about your 7 number ones. Like,
Right.
oh shit. But it also, I think it put a lot of poets who want to achieve this Grammy shit on notice, and it gave them. This year has been me referencing Seabiscuit, right? The movie Seabiscuit, yeah. So if you've seen the movie, there's one crucial part where the guy says, when you're running him, let a horse get in front of him. Let him see how he's losing so he knows who to beat, so he knows who to go after. I was like, yeah, I've been Seabiscuit a lot. Like, let a nigga get in front of me and do some shit. Now I know what I have to do. So 7 number ones put poets on notice, like, yeah, you can do an amazing poetry album, but where's the concept to it? Where's it going to lead me? Where is it going to take me? Like, and I think that was such a crucial thing out of all the nominees in that year, because there was the past 2 years that you've been nominated, the albums were fucking great. Like, it was great. It was quality shit to see, quality shit to hear. And it also raised the level of what spoken word can be and who's presenting it. What I was most happy about was, 1, the concept, but also 2, I didn't have to hear about Barack Obama winning a Grammy for spoken word. No shouts to no shade to Barack Obama, but also when you say
That's
Barack
not
Obama
poetry.
won an album for spoken word, I'm like, when the fuck was Barry spitting a fucking poem, bro?
Right. He was just reading from an audio book.
Yeah.
So it's not the same. And shout out to Jay Ivy for all of the years that he spent trying to get them to understand that this is not the same.
Yeah.
And for me, bro, to win the award when I won it, if it's any poets listening to the pod or tapped in, what I want and what I would love to see, not that I got some sort of some sort of voice over top of what people should do, but you know what I don't want to see? I don't want to see this category ever go away.
Right.
Yeah,
I want this category to still be here 5 years from now, 10 years from now. The same way we hear best rap album, best rap song collaboration, you know what I mean? Like in 10, 15 years, it should still be a best spoken word poetry album. Like, because if people don't continue to put out art and make songs, then trust and believe the category will disappear if not enough people make albums. So poets, spoken word artists, lyricists, wordsmiths, continue to make albums. And don't worry about, I didn't get nominated, because trust me, they're watching how many of these albums are getting made every year. And if that shit shrinks down to, only 10 poets made an album this year, then what's the point of having an award?
Right.
Like, so keep those numbers going up, please.
Here's my thing. My first interaction with the Grammy spoken word was Martin Luther King Jr. because he won best spoken word for
Dr. King did?
Yeah, his
I Have a Dream speech.
I Have a Dream speech.
All right, I guess so, man. I guess it was.
Damn, Blues.
God.
Blues are hard critic.
That is a tough
Damn.
I guess it was out there. I guess it was.
But okay, so I saw that and I was like, man, I want to win that award someday. But I think like once the genre, like it became spoken word and not just people reading their books, I think people didn't know what a spoken word album should sound like. Like, should it have music? Should it not have music?
Should have a lot of jazz in it.
Right. And I think we are getting to a point, and I hope it continues to, where a spoken word album doesn't necessarily have to have a sound, right? Like, it doesn't have to have
Or married to a genre, right?
Right. But it's like you know it when you hear it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I know Words for Days is a spoken word album.
Right.
You know what I mean? I hope that it continues because if I'm not mistaken, I think there were less submissions last year than the year prior, right?
Yeah, but only by like 7 or 8 numbers. Like it was last year. It was still pretty strong. Like I was happy to see when I looked at all of the submissions, and it might have been a couple people where they put them They were like, no, this is a R&B album. Like you singing. Like
You
you got a poem in the middle of your album, and then you got 8 songs where you sing.
Right, that's
You
not a
are
spoken word
R&B
album.
artist.
Yeah,
right. So and it's people that listen to all of those albums just to make sure. Like it's a certain amount of time that it has to have spoken word on it. You know what I mean? Like, so before you submit or before you put it in, make sure that they don't switch you out and go, yeah, man, you rapping. You know what I mean? And you're like, oh, I tried the fast one. Like, you know, because it's definitely poets and spoken word artists that are listening to every album and saying, okay, this qualifies. Let's go over to the left. Like, they are doing that.
I think it's important that this category exists because Skillz, like what you're saying, right? The spoken word albums become automatically more vulnerable. We're dealing with poetic language and poetic devices across genres, including in hip hop and rap. And the spoken word album tends to be more vulnerable, tends to be more transformational for folks when they listen to it. I wanna delve into something that might feel controversial at first, but I'm doing it with a point, because I think as we transition from that album into Words for Days, there's something that I get from this transformation very specifically. So when that first album came out, there was an interchange between you and Roscoe Burnhams, who's a well-known spoken word poet here in Richmond. He's one of the homies, actually. So we know that there was an interchange there. And if you're willing to talk about it, I know that, or at least I think that you all had a conversation and kind of hashed that out, which makes me feel really good going into what Words for Days became. It makes me feel really good going into seeing local poets. I'm saying local because North Carolina and Virginia are like this. Yeah. So we know Steph Love, we know Naisha,
Yeah.
like we know Radio B, we know all these folks. So like it feels very intentional and very moving to see this intentional effort in the second album with spoken word as a category. If you feel comfortable talking about it, like you and Roscoe squashing that, how did that become? How did that come about?
When I was campaigning for the Grammy, I was not privy to any of this. You know what I mean? He was, I want to say he was very active on Facebook, and I think I was out somewhere and somebody said, yo, man, you seen this? And I looked at it and I was like, and it was, and he said, I think his initial thing was like, here's why he doesn't deserve a spoken word Grammy. I've never seen him. He's never slammed. I've never seen him at verses. Like he's just, looks like low hanging fruit to him. He's only doing this to get a Grammy. So he was like, yeah, he don't deserve it. And his rap career failed. So he's trying this now. And I'm like, first of all, nigga, you had me up until the rap career failed. Like fair. In this city, there is no more successful rapper from this city than me. Like, that's the first thing. So I'm like, I took more offense to that. Like, I failed? I just got a whole day named after me, bro. Right. I failed?
That's the emotion talking.
Right, like that's the battle rapper coming out. So, but I looked at it and I was like, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna keep focusing on the prize. Like, I have this thing where I always say, don't focus on your move. Stay focused on the plan. So the plan was to win the Grammy. So then the Grammys come out, Tank and the Bangers win, and then I come back home and I'm trying to decide if I want to even do another album. I had some rap songs. I'm working on a film, I'm doing some other shit, and then he said something else, and I was like, all right, man, like. At some point, he might think he owned poetry, but you don't own poetry. None of us do. And when I thought about it, he was like, he'd never been to Versus. And I'm like, bro, I was at Versus with Lorna. Like, you won't at Versus. Like, I'm a whole generation after you. Yeah. So you're too young. You were too young to be in Versus when I was in Versus. I got pictures of me with chicken grease in Versus. You know what I'm saying? Like, Lorna was very adamant, like, Skillz, come down, like, da-da-da-da-da. And I always thought about her when I thought about saying something about him. So I go down there, and I did this piece, right? And I knew it was going to get him riled up. So I did a piece called You Don't Own Poetry, nigga. And so the piece goes up, and everybody's taping it or whatever. And I knew, you know, he came back I want to say he came back out about. I just happened to be down there when he came back to read his answer, right? So he comes in. He don't even see me in there. I'm in the back in the corner, like, and he gets up and he does his piece. And people are like, oh shit, does he know he in here? but kudos to him. First of all, Roscoe's a dope poet, like super dope poet. So he does his piece or whatever, and he's coming back up, and I'm clapping, like, and he's I said, bravo.
That's funny.
Bravo.
Bravo.
Right? So we end up outside at the same time, and Versus is still happening. We on the other side of the glass. And everybody in Versus is looking like
Looking at y'all.
and the first thing I think about is Lorna. Because there's people up there doing their pieces and they're singing, and everybody in the restaurant is looking at me and him outside the window. And it's not a heated conversation. We just talking.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, let's walk to the corner because we taking away, we doing what I don't want to do. We've become the spectacle. You know what I'm saying? We two grown men, like with fathers, like, let's go down here and talk because I don't even want this to be more important than what's happening in there. Because at that point, we both losing. So we go down and we had a conversation and we pieced it out. And it was all good. You know what I'm saying? And I told him about what I was planning and what I was working on. And I said we would be in touch. We switched numbers. And I literally started to work on Words for Days. Now you got to think about how this came about. When I did Words for Days, I had been to plenty of different open mics in the city, right? Just trying to tap in, following people, you know what I'm saying? Liking posts, like DMing folks, like yo, man, love your work, love your tone, like, you know what I'm saying? I set up a camp and I invited 24 people from the city, poets, singers, songwriters. I book a whole studio. I got Jimmy John's for niggas, veggie sandwiches. I got a whole lockout. I invited 24 people. Guess how many people showed up?
Oh, shit. 10.
4.
Oh, shit.
Come on.
That's wild.
Now, mind you, niggas didn't even niggas ain't email me back and say, yo, Skillz, I couldn't find a babysitter. Like, is it another day we can link? Like, can I get the track and maybe spit a verse and send it back? Nothing. So I'm in the sessions pissed.
Right.
Because I'm like, niggas don't even understand how dope of an opportunity this is. I want us all to get there, not just me.
Yeah.
Right.
And 24 y'all niggas got the nerve to respond. You got the time, the address, and y'all ain't show up. So now I only go focus on the 4 people that are here.
Mm-hmm.
And
As
we
you
made
should.
Words for Days.
Nice.
Welcome
Like
to
the
the
four-
spoken word community.
The four like spoken word artists and singers, the band members that came the day before. We worked
Right.
on all of the tracks the day before. So I remember my wife saying, she was like, your energy is off. And I was like, but that's just so fucked up. Like everybody in the city running around talking about this and that. And I finally give people an opportunity and don't nobody want to show up. And she was like, yo, you focus on who ain't here. How about you just go in there and focus on who is here?
Your wife is brilliant.
Yep.
And
welcome
Words
to
for Days.
welcome to the spoken word community.
Yeah, bro, you aren't the first person who, and I tell you, and we've all sat in a position of where you present an opportunity, I've definitely been there where I've like, listen, I've got a grand fucking opportunity. I just need y'all niggas to show up. Like,
Here's the thing. All I need y'all to do is that thing that you do. I'm not asking no poets to come sing. I'm not asking no singers to come do poetry. I ain't asking no musicians to come do that thing that you do every week that you post on your Instagram. You go to Versus, you go downtown, you go to slams. You want to do that on an album? Let's see what we can do. Right. But maybe some of y'all don't fuck with me or whatever, but you answered me back. You DM'd me back. You responded. You RSVP'd. So I'm like, man, listen, we about to make something special. Then we do the shit, get nominated again, and motherfuckers is like, oh man, OG, I gotta tap in with you. Fuck out of here. Because
see you at the Grammy party, nigga.
Because the thing is, people have a tendency to want to stand on the stage with you after you've built the stage. But building the stage is when you find out who should be standing with you when you on the stage.
Right.
Drop a air horn on that one.
And when we won, bro, what it did for the city,
for sure,
the creatives,
for sure.
what it did for Virginia, what it did for this area, because I don't have no record deal. Everything was out of my pocket. I paid for every video, every mix, every mastering session. I paid for everything. So I don't want people to think, oh, he tapped in. He had so and so records. Who? I had me and my wife.
This the same nigga that was in a parking garage booth had to go back. Like, nigga, I know what the mud is, bro.
So when we won, man, it was a testament to hard work, perseverance, and just making something good. You know what I'm saying? Even though, like I said, I know my shit might not be a lot of people's cup of tea or whatever, and that's cool. But I thought that the album was good enough to be nominated. I thought it was good enough to win. And I was looking at them the whole time saying, bro, this shit bigger than me. This shit is about us. Why not us? Why shouldn't we be proud of our work?
Right.
Like, why shouldn't we feel like we could win? Shit, the year before I felt like I could win.
Yeah.
So,
and that's, bro, that is the mindset of a lot of, slam poets who are successful. That was shady, but I don't give a fuck.
That was shady.
I don't give a
but
shit.
we do a little bit of shade.
But I say that to say, if you enter a slam, since we're speaking of poetry, without the idea and intention and vision and will that you're gonna fucking win, what the fuck are you here for? Like, nigga. So if I create an album, like you wanted to create an album that was intentional of including other poets and creatives in the city. And then at some point you're like, this shit is really fucking good. We're going to submit this and we're going to win. From then on is where you all should have the mindset like, you know what? I'm following Skillz' vision on this. He said we're going to win. That's what we're going to do. So let me write the best shit I got. So
I had to believe it before they would. And the genesis of Words for Days was born on the day that we lost for the 7 number ones. Because I lost on a Sunday. And I was super fucking depressed. Like, I was pissed. I thought I had a good chance, and it just wasn't my time, right? So I lose, and I'm sitting around, and I'm talking to my grandma. She's like, yeah, we just got out of church. Did you go to church today? And I'm like, grandma, I'm at the Grammys. Like, what are you talking about? Like, she could care less, bro. Like, it was just another Sunday to her. So so it took me, Monday, I'm still in the funk. It's the start of the week. I'm still funky. I'm still like in the mood. I can't really write nothing. Tuesday, I'm like, yo, you got to come up out of this shit. And I started thinking about my friends. I'm like, yo, it's another day for them. They back at work, in the grind, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, oh, so I feel different on these days because what just happened to me on Sunday. But how do my friends feel? Like, how do other people? And it's people that feel worse than me that are dealing with worldly issues and, you know what I mean, this, that, and third. So I'm like, but we can all relate to how we feel on separate days.
Right.
So I want different voices telling me how they feel on different days. And that's where the concept for Words for Days came from.
You know how I could tell? I could tell that if you were in a different life, if you were a slam poet, you'd be very successful. One is because of the concepts, but two is because most people are thinking, well, I was nominated and that's the victory. I feel good. Skillz is like, I lost. I fucking lost. Hell no.
And that comes from all those years of battle rapping, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And this was out of my control. This wasn't I could say this and I could say this in the verse and the bars is over and it's done. I had to put it out, promote it, do my best work that I felt like I could do at the time, get the best out of my friends and my musicians, and put something together that I thought would be dope. And it came across to where it was. And I did those other things that, you know what I mean, you have to do. Because we're like, here's the thing. This is what I will say about the Grammys. Most artists, because I was one of those artists, we really don't give a fuck about the Grammys. We used to feel that way, right? But
Yes.
before Harvey and before it came in and before they changed and they got it more inclusive and this, that, and the third, you could say you don't give a fuck about the Grammys. Fuck around and get nominated for one.
Right. It's different.
If any of y'all three fucking, you gonna start being like, bro, I went and got my suit yesterday, bro. Like, we going to LA. Like,
We seen it.
It's the most prestigious award in music. It still means something. Like, I look at people like Quincy Jones and Michael Jackson, and you know what I mean, and people who, the art of the pivot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how many. I don't know what all of Quincy Jones's Grammys are for. I just know he got a whole bunch of them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And he didn't get none for Thriller until he was like 50.
Yeah.
So when he started, he was classical. Imagine if he never pivoted. Imagine if Michael Jackson said, yo, I'm looking for a producer. And he like, yeah, you should go over there with Maurice Starr. That should be dope. Click.
Right.
The art of the pivot, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, what it did for the city and the state and just artists in general, man, was a beautiful thing to see, because I didn't know I could inspire people in that way. And I'm so glad that I got the chance to. You know what I mean? I had given up on the dream of, as a songwriter, I was like, maybe I could possibly get a Grammy. We got nominated in like 2015. I wrote some shit for Nicki Minaj, a hook, and we lost to like K-Dot that year or whatever. So I never thought I could win a Grammy with like my name on it. And but that's the point, to just never give up dreaming. And now I'm like, fuck it, I think I could win an Oscar. You know what I mean? Like, why not?
EGOT.
Go for the EGOT.
Well, who said it? Anything is possible. Anything is
KG.
possible.
I'm gonna tell you where I am, Skillz. Like, to echo blues, like with the first album, I think all of us in the spoken word community were probably like along the same lines of Roscoe at the beginning, and then we saw things play out. And then where I'm at is, I don't know if you watched the episode. We had Steph Love on, and when she got up there and said, "No, this is for fucking Virginia." Like, for me, that moment was 95 Source Awards. That was Andre 3000 saying, "The South got something to say."
Right.
Because North Carolina and Virginia, for me, are always like this.
Cousins,
I grew up in Northampton County, which is just below the Virginia border. So I was always back and forth between Virginia, and we always felt like this. It felt like the storytelling was sincere. It felt like the inclusion of Virginia artists was sincere. So it felt like, to me, I'm not from Virginia, but it felt like to me when that Grammy came, I was like, yo, this is for me too. This is a very Southern story. It's a very Virginia story, but Carolina is right there too. And also, like, doubling down on that and hearing that you spent your up to your teenage years in Fayetteville, like, there's a lot of kinship there. So where I'm at and where I've been at since Words for Days came out is, this is very much about inclusion and about the South and about making sure that folks understand, like, we have stories, we have something to say, and we're gonna make that as impactful as possible.
For me to, continue to, you got to understand, bro, the whole, once we got the album ready and I got past, the people that didn't show up, and I listened to what we made and I knew it was special, I always told them from jump, I was like, this is not about me. I'm the vessel, but my name is on the front of this thing, but I couldn't have done this by myself. Like, I want y'all to relish in this moment. If you can come to LA, come to LA. If you can text your friends, make sure people watch it on YouTube. Like, get everybody in your life involved, because this is our moment. So for me to go from, I felt like I had to lose the first time to appreciate the win, right? So for me to be telling them the whole time, this ain't about me, and then the fucking Grammy gets called, and I ain't even there to get it.
Right.
I'm not even there to get it. Like, Steph and B-Boy are the ones who get to go up there, and then they have that moment. You know what I mean? And when people are like, oh man, I know you mad, man. I know you probably hurt because you didn't get up there and accept your award. And I'm like, bro, they said exactly what I would have said. I probably would have said, thank God. And this is for fucking Virginia. That's exactly what I would have said.
Same sentence.
Like when I heard what they said, I was like, it was perfect, bro. So that's forever gonna be a memory for Steph. That's forever gonna be a memory for B-Boy Soul. And he said 804, this is for Richmond, this is for Virginia. Like, and then Shabuzi win, the Clips win, Pharrell win, then the D'Angelo tribute. It just felt like the Virginia Grammys at that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was beautiful, man, for me to watch them have that moment and let them know that when I saw them in the hallway, like in the room afterwards, like we just all just hugged each other and just cried. Because I was like, y'all were perfect. Like, you know, she was like, I didn't say anything wrong, did I? I didn't mean it. And I said, Steph, it was perfect. Like, it couldn't have been no better than it was, man. For Steph to be doing what she's done for as long as she has, to be a voice in Virginia like that, and then to have that moment, man, bro, what would have hurt me is if nobody went up there and said nothing. That would have hurt me. If they'd have looked around and been like, okay, well, Mad Skillz isn't here. We'll accept this award on his behalf. And Best Jazz Classical Album, that would have hurt me.
Yeah, that would have moved right
because
on.
I had fam in the crowd. I'm like, I'm so glad somebody went up there and said, yo, I'm not him, but I'm sure he would thank God. And this is for fucking Virginia. Like, it couldn't get no better than that.
Yeah. So, and I love that because we go back to the idea of, you said it earlier, like, wait till you get nominated for one, right? A lot of people have this idea like, I don't, that Grammys don't matter, their Grammys don't matter. I think we were all saying that without this perspective lens of what black folks say, like, well, who all gonna be there? When I find out who all gonna be there, oh, the homies are there. Yeah. Oh, the homies been winning? Yeah. Oh, nigga, the Grammys matter now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They fucking matter now. To see Tank win, it matters now. To see Jay Ivy win, it matters now. Like, who all gonna be at this motherfucking situation? Oh, shit, well, now I want to be at the situation. Not because a Prince won, not because a Jay-Z won, but because Steph Love was on that stage, because Skillz got the platform forever. Like, that shit is now more important to say.
It does, man.
I want to be a part of this Grammy situation. You know what I'm saying?
It matters, and the thing about it, man, is like I said, make sure you continue to put out your work, submit your work. You know what I mean? Like when I was there this past year, I remember I ran into Mark Marcel a couple times, and we were on the same panel together, and I could just see. Like I just felt his energy. He was a super nice guy. I just felt his energy. He was like, this is all new to me. Like, I'm getting RSVPs for this. Should I go to this? Like this is all new. And I'm like, bro, me last year. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just did this last year. So, bro, go to everything. Like, go to this. Make sure you have a publicist with you when you walk on the red carpet. Maximize that shit, bro. Talk to every outlet. Like, scream that shit. Hey, my name's Mark Marcel. Like, have somebody walk up and introduce you. He's nominated for Best Spoken. Like, it was a thing where I knew what he was going through, so I tried to be as educational to him to say, I know exactly how this feels, bro. Like, soak it all up. But do this. Make sure you go there because they're going to give you some free shit over there. Go over there, get your free shit. You know what I mean? Like, just kind of helping him because I knew what it was like to be the new kid on the block and just not know what to do. So if I could be an advocate to help people or make them have them make the same, you know, not make the same mistakes, but just be able to guide them in a way that would help them to maximize that whole situation. Because there's only 5 of us in that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they only picking 5 people. So, you know, Saul, Sheba, you know what I mean? Like, Omari, you know what I mean? Mark, me, like that's the cream of the crop for that year. So I wanted him to be able to have somebody, and I gave him my number. Like, bro, if you got any questions, just text me. Let me know. Like, and we still cool to this day. Like, you know, I just talked to him a little while ago. I'm gonna do his podcast next time I'm back out LA. But it's just about each one teach one, man. Like, you know what I mean? And I was grateful for the experience.
Yeah. Skillz, man, we could talk all day and we wanted to mainly focus in on the poetry shit, but to watch you grow from hip hop artist to spoken word artists to all the amazing things. All of our interactions at Gene Brown's Beatdown, which is always fucking incredible. Those shits are so much fun.
Shout to Gene Brown.
Shouts out to Gene Brown on that one. I think what we haven't done in a minute was proclamations, manifestations.
Oh yeah.
So after hearing you say it at least twice, maybe a third time, we're gonna go ahead and put that Oscar manifestation right there in the air. What we tend to do is claim a thing, say a thing, and at least within a year, maybe two, that thing comes to life.
Yeah.
That thing happens. So to hear you talk about working on a movie, you're gonna finish said movie. Said movie is gonna have an amazing cast. We already know the soundtrack finna be banging as fuck, right?
Facts.
Banging as fuck. So I feel like Oscar nomination in some part and portion, but I also feel like an Oscar win in the musical category.
I like it.
Hey.
And somewhere in that best director, best like maybe it's
Production.
an indie film.
I'll even take screenplay because then that means I wrote it.
Yeah.
There we go.
There it is.
And it all starts with the pen, bro. It all starts with the pen.
That's dope. Well, Skillz, thank you so much again for doing this.
I'm a fan of what y'all do. I peeped a couple pods prior, and I was like, yeah, these some cool dudes. And me and Blues, I already knew Blues, so I was like, yeah, man, I definitely want to tap in with y'all and get this done. And I'm glad we did.
Cool.
Appreciate that, bro.
Well,
Appreciate you.
Well, with that said, I hope we get the chance to do it in person.
Yeah,
We not drink champs, but
yeah, I can't drink with them. I can't drink with them no more. I'm done on that. Next time I'm down the way, I'll definitely tap in, man, and let y'all know when I'm around.
Dope. All right, so last two things. One, first, tell the people where they can find you, follow you, all that good stuff.
Oh, it's Skillz VA on everything. That's SKILLZ VA. Skillz VA on everything.
And then, are you ready to freestyle?
Are y'all ready to freestyle?
Right, that's the question. That is the question. So I was going back and forth with this all day today, Blues. I was going forth. Right. I was going forth. I was going back and forth.
I was looking forward to this.
Well, then we'll go with that. Because for me, I was like, well, he's a rapper that does this professionally.
Right.
So he might not want to just spit for free on here. And then I was like, or he's a rapper that spits professionally and he might not want to be on stage with the three of us.
Who don't?
just doing what we do.
Here's the way I saw it. I was like, yo, I'm about to go into the gym and Jordan's in there. Nigga, you wanna shoot hoops? You wanna shoot around a little bit?
You gotta try the three.
Yeah, try three. Yeah, try three.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm like, what did y'all think I was gonna say? No.
Well,
listen,
I kind of did.
Notoriously, every guest is like, what?
Yeah.
Like, how? You was like, are y'all niggas ready? What the fuck is you talking about? Don't make me come out this goddamn booth.
Listen, Skillz. I pitched. I was like, I know we normally ask people if they're ready to freestyle, but this is Skillz, so y'all want to do something different? And
Right. I see what you're saying.
I got shot down. So,
Well, it's Skillz. And like at the end of the day, we're fans. So,
yeah, basically.
like if Skillz is willing to spit, like we're gonna put our own skin in the game.
all
So
right.
what's the order?
I was about
right.
to say, Jay Ward.
Yeah. So the order is, and this doesn't matter as much to you as it does to like our normal guests,
yeah.
which is Blues is really good at freestyling. Blues is gonna kick us off. I have the tendency to get pulled off, to get booed, to get the hook from the Apollo, which sets up the alley-oop for the guest. Not that you need an alley-oop in this case, but it'll be you after me, and then Jamal, who's amazing, will close us out.
Yeah, Jamal. If Jamal, I gotta go last because if Jamal go before me, then I'm gonna end up going again. 'Cause we already talked about
That's that
how
competitive spirit.
I have a phobia, bro. You just not about to rap nah.
Listen.
I promise you'll be okay.
You don't have anything. I told you.
Oh yeah, I
told
forgot.
you the story.
I forgot.
Right.
Remember he had to get the white boy on stage and it never happened?
And it never happened.
All right, I'm cool with that.
All right. So the beat is a loop I made.
Okay. How fast is it?
I I think it's like 89.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I think it's
Long
89.
as it ain't, long as you didn't start with fucking Planet Rock or some shit like.
No.
Long as you ain't hit a button and I just heard, yeah, just hit me.
Nah. It's.
Oh shit! I can't wait for people to catch that. That shit is great.
All right.
Double entendre blues.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay. You know I gotta let it settle in. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna say okay one more time.
Yeah.
Hey, it's like 1 for the money, 2 for the show though. I guarantee, yo, catch you all in my dojo. You get karate chop. Shit, this ain't no slot. Guaranteed shout out to Mad Skillz hip hop. Since day one, guaranteed I've been on the gun, been on the run, just doing it for fun. Freestyle off the mind, off the dome, take you all the way home. Guaranteed I'm blues, no chrome. Don't need no bullets, just got these fucking words. Guaranteed you getting served, you herbs that hit the curve. Fuck around, yo, you getting drowned, yo. I'm guaranteed Mr. Blues QC, we wear the crown, yo. Shout out to Mad Skillz with the LA hat. I'm guaranteed this is gonna no cap or fuck around, yo. Your ass gonna get tapped. You better step on back. So I swear I'm about to hit the fucking curb, about to hand it off to Jay Ward so he can say some words like so he can say some words like so he can say some words.
That is Jay Ward Yellowstone, you know what I mean? Shout out to MC Yahoo with the baldy beam. And after that we gonna keep it cap, yo. And after that we gonna keep it rap. It's Jay Ward with the SKI to the Z, taking no L's, you know how it be. After that we look for the Night King. I heard winter fell. Well, see what the night bring. And after that, you better respect why? Because I bring that Colombian necktie and pull out your bladder through your spleen and the blood just.
All right, nigga.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
This nigga said he brings out the Colombian
Necktie and pull something out of the split, like nigga.
Why do you always go left, man?
We were having
like
a
Jay,
great
like
time.
it was all fun and PG. Next thing you know, somebody's spleen is in somebody's hand. Like
Jesus.
Yo, shout out to the props. He got a hammer right there. Right there.
Oh gosh. All right, Skillz. It's on you. So,
all right, cool.
oh gosh. All right, here we go.
1 2 1 2. Check it out. 1 2 1 2. Hey, this is how we do. Mad Skillz on the mic. 1 2 1 2. Check it out. It's me, the M to the A to the D to the SKILLZ. You know how I do when I get down on the phone. You can't touch it with me, bro. Leave me alone. When I'm looking at the wall, I see my favorite albums. I'm in the background and I'm always styling like the low end theory. Shout to my boy Q-Tip. I grab the microphone and I always let it rip. Beats, rhymes, and life, that was kind of blah, but we gonna get it down and going on the side. I don't play, I get it down every day. This is what I say. Hey, I put rappers in caskets the night before they shit drop. I drive to the money. Why would I make a pit stop? That bite feel like when a pit lock. I'm a constipated to haters. When they see me, all that shit stop. I'm with some chicks, bathing suits, flip-flops. You with a bunch of niggas trying to make a TikTok. This is hip-hop. It ain't hard to tell. Y'all whole rappers better go and get a BBL. Ask around. This ain't what y'all want. Your whackness is so big, we can see it from the front. I'm too far away to hear what y'all saying. I got 3 words for niggas. Keep on playing. Rappers don't try me. I'll fold you, son. And you better not be your mama's only son. Because when you catch these bars and they lay you to rest, I'm coming to the funeral, white tee and gray sweats. And when I see your moms, I'm going to be like, well, your son shouldn't have tried me, bitch. It did it to itself. Yeah, I'm a savage. RESPECET. Nigga, I don't have it.
Let's go.
Well, shit. I don't even need to do. Well, hey guys, shout out. I'm just gonna skip my part.
Hey, somewhere that white boy is smiling.
The
He
callback.
still won't rap.
Still won't.
Still won't rap.
God damn it.
Oh my God.
God damn it, Skillz. You're so good at this shit. But thank you. So
Hey man, so is Blues, man. No disrespect to Jay, but Blues actually did a hook at the end. I was like, oh shit, that's the hook. Like, oh shit.
yeah.
Great work, guys. Great work.
So this is how we end. So shout out. I'm gonna play the beat again. I'm not gonna rap. I'm the Nori of this podcast. But shout out to all our
Still
listeners.
said Nori rap.
Nori did not
Marble
rap.
bean.
I watched your episode. Nori did not. Well, I mean, he tried.
I'm saying he's a rapper. He raps.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
anyway,
He got real uptight.
shout out to all our listeners across the globe, man. Shout out to the U.S. Shout out to Vietnam.
Vietnam, all right.
Shout out to Puerto Rico. Shout out to Germany, Canada,
Y'all international.
Australia, Brazil, Ireland, Bangladesh,
That's because I was just there.
Hey,
the UK,
Yeah.
Malaysia,
the UK.
Argentina, Iraq.
Whoa.
All right, we got new.
wow.
we got
All
new
right,
folks.
they might be trying to
Worldwide.
get intel.
Ain't nothing they can learn from us. We hate that nigga too.
Oh, my bad, Blues.
You could.
Go ahead.
Nah, I wasn't saying shit. I was just my mic wasn't on.
Oh, shout out to Russia, Senegal, Sweden,
Yeah.
Mexico,
Yeah.
India,
Senegal,
Okay.
Senegal.
Pakistan,
Okay.
South
Senegal.
Korea,
All right.
God.
BTS. What's up?
Spain, France,
Okay.
the Czech Republic,
Yeah, them too.
Oh wow.
Qatar.
Yeah.
The Qatar? God damn, are we in the World Cup?
Man, look.
Anyway, man, everybody else is less than 1%. But thank you all for listening to another episode of the Poet Up Podcast. Thank you to Skillz again for doing this shit. Like, yeah, thank you.
That's an honor, bro. Like, for
It's
real,
an
for
honor,
real.
for real.
For real, for real.
Likewise, man. I love what y'all
And-
doing, man. Keep it up.
Last thing, rate us, review us, give us 5 stars, because in the words of Bomani Jones, if you give us 4 stars, we are inclined to believe you are a hater. And we out.
Blow it up, blow it up.
Yo, Skillz, appreciate you.
Yo,
fam.
man. Appreciate y'all, man. This was fun.
Yeah.